this is to help me work through what I'm thinking and to get me to say and write, start the process of putting my thoughts into words, which is difficult for me being ADHD, and something I think is good for me and help me be more articulate and being able to be understood when I'm conversating with someone and having a base of what I can say about a certain subject or topic, when in my head it's all jumble, it's all mixed. So say this is like a ball of yarn in my head, unraveling it to determine what the different strings are. So I think it'll be good. And as I have a 6-hour drive between Waco and Lubbock, every time I go home and back to grad school, it's a perfect opportunity for me to do something like this. Actually, last night I made a video, and it was 16 minutes, and I was like really happy with it. I liked it. And then I replayed it, and my mic wasn't working. So it was just 16 minutes of me mute talking, which was sad, but I got it fixed. So now we can hear me, and so that'll be good for me when I replay this and I review what I said, what I want to write from this, and obviously a lot of, hopefully not too much pausing and gather my thoughts, cut those out so you can hear the good juicy bits. And then I might separate these into multiple videos depending on topic, and some things would just pertain to me and not y'all at all. So I'm just going to talk about whatever comes to my mind first. First of all, the middle, the hill country of Texas is gorgeous. The greens, the blues. It's just so amazing compared to back in West Texas, where it's all dry and windy and brown. So I think it helps me be thankful for beautiful scenery, and scenery is something that's always I felt more peace and I felt closer to God when I was in good scenery. But I do miss West Texas sunsets because it's flat, and I don't know why, but the clouds are always amazing, and the the colors, the sunsets are gorgeous. And I think maybe that's God's way of saying, well, you might have these ugly things, but because you have these things, I'm going to bless you with spectacular sunsets that you don't see elsewhere, where there's more beauty in other ways. So it kind of works itself out. So it'd be nice going home to hopefully see some nice sunsets, capture some pictures, put it on my Instagram. So John Eldridge has written numerous books, but one of his popular ones is called Wild at Heart, and it's about men and their desires to go on an adventure, to be wild. And society today is very just the way it is restrictive, and jobs are in offices or in cities. We've domesticated everything, and that's just the way society develops from third to second to first world countries. But unfortunately, it definitely has a debilitating effect on men, and so we need to find opportunities to cultivate that wild side and that adventure, that risk, and I think that's good for us. It's healthy for us to a certain extent. Certainly, everything in moderation. But anyways, he made I don't know what it's called, but a video and a book, I believe, recently with his sons going on a motorcycle trip across the mountains, and something they'd never done before, something adventurous. And while they're doing this, they stop and camp, and they talk about what it means to be a man, just about story, about Christianity, about narrative, and it really resonates with me because, well, everything really. I liked adventure. I I think in some ways I'm very much what you would consider stereotypical male. I'm competitive. I like sports and adventure and doing physical activity, but also as a former English major, I love story and narrative, and but what they talk about with that is kind of use it as story as apologetics, defense of the Christian faith, and that's something I'm very interested in, Christianity and story and apologetics. So it's pretty much everything that I enjoy is curated for me. And I've been wanting to do something for a long time, and that's a good starting, good solid rock for me, foundation for me to start on, and that is basically the Christian faith defended by English, by art or beauty, by English, and one of the key quotes that John Aldridge speaks of is that the problem of evil is not it's not proof that God does not exist. The burden of proof is not on us to prove that that pain is a reason for God not existing. The presence of beauty, order, is the burden of proof on non-believers, on atheists, to prove that how could God not exist with all this amazingness, beauty, this lush, these lush scenery in our world that overwhelms our senses. So I think it's a really compelling argument, and something that is not talked about enough. And I think as our society in America becomes more about money, about business, about it's going away from the arts, which I think is the first sign of a declining society. It's the last thing to come up in a society and the first thing to go. And so it's just we need to, in order to promote a healthy society, a thriving society, it's very important to bring back the arts, and that's also essential to Christianity, and it's something that I want to be a part of. And so story is key. Everybody loves a good story, whether that be books, movies, comics, TV shows. We all love story, and I think just the presence of books is proof that meaning exists, absolute truth.